The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors. Warning. The following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that might be considered disturbing, if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones. I share my office space with an African gray parrot and two parakeets, and I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming. And unlike my regular videos where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can, where I have, reading comprehension, I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming, unlike my regular videos where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can. One of these days, I will get through this card without messing it up, for goodness sake. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises, I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited pre-recorded videos instead. Maybe I should just make a shorter version of this. Like, look, everyone, there's a parrot in the background. He's a pain in the ass. Just make sure you don't have your headphones up too loud, okay? Viewer discretion is advised. I mean, I think that's probably what it is. I keep tripping on it because it's a little too long. It's a little wordy. Yeah, it's probably I'm over-explaining the situation a bit. So, oh my goodness. Oh, hello, Charles. Yes, it is. Hopefully everything is on. Hopefully, because I always feel like I'm forgetting something. Hello, Ephraim. Hello, Konnichiwa. Very appropriate considering my manga habits lately. Hey, Allison, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, RJ? Jake is awake. Hello. The card needs a comma. It does. I think that's what it was. I think it does. Wow, Bristolian Dave, hello. All right, me babbers. Welcome. Yeah, I know, really. For all the noise that he makes, it's like he might as well make the intro for me. That's for sure. Wow, look at that. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of whatever this is, the live stream, my drawing live stream that I try to do once a week. It's like, it's, how it is, and yes, I see you, the 6 people who are watching me next to the giant eyeball on my screen from regions beyond. And my spiel. If you're watching me from Facebook, if you're watching me for Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Join the sexy people in my chat. It's like, look at all these people that are in my chat, which, maybe one day I'll figure out how to have my chat in the screen here so that everybody could see them. But trust me, they're there. And also for the fact that Facebook has a tendency to go down when it's inopportune. So you know how that goes. And Twitter doesn't even allow me to see your chat at all. If you're trying to chat with me on Twitter, you can't. So yeah, it's a lot easier if you want to interact to come on over to YouTube. So let's see, where was I? Yes, before Ephraim reminds me, because he's the official reminder person for me. So hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
With a few exceptions, the characters on this program are weird and peculiar and not to be trusted.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which I just got a notification from Mixum, and my books should be arriving in about a couple of days. In about this first week. So hopefully by Monday, I will have all the books for Peacekeepers, so that I'll be able to start getting everybody's books out. So thank you so much for supporting the Peacekeepers campaign. And yeah, so thank you so much. Yes, so Tall Tales. And I am also known for my medieval fantasy soap opera drama, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which returns to Kickstarter in a couple of weeks, probably a lot sooner than I expected, with issue 6. Issue 6 is coming to Kickstarter in a couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that as well. And I am also co-host with Nina Lanning on the Raging to the Vlogs show every Monday and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern here on the Indie Comics Network. And in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at Daphne Lage, LAGER, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And yes, and hello from everybody on Twitch as well. I am streaming to Twitch as well. So yeah, so we're trying to get everybody in. Oh, and hello, Joe. Hello. So wait a minute. We have the Jake. We have yeah, I know, right? Really. Yeah, and we have Joe. So also, you know what that means.
I don't know who it is, but it probably is for Hogwarts guys. I asked my friend Joe, I asked my friend Jake. They said it was for Hogwarts guys.
I will never grow tired of that. Once the opportunity came, what were the chances? What were the chances? And here they are. Thank you so much for coming in. And yes, and Joe, I guess, is like in right now. He's getting ready for C2E2 coming up, I guess, in the next couple of months. So Godspeed with you. That's those big shows always take a lot more time to prepare for. I know that Jose is talking about us doing New York Comic Con at the end of the year, but I think we might have missed out on getting signing up for it. So I'm not sure. I'm leaving that to him. So yeah, so if that becomes the case that we have to do New York Comic Con, yeah, I have to start thinking about stuff now. No, even though the thing is in October, right? Yeah. Issue says it's true. Issue says. Oh, really? It's that March 31st. Oh, so okay. So you don't have that much time then. Okay. So yeah. I mean, I thought it was, I don't know. Why did I think it was later on in April? But yeah, so really, so good luck with that. All the big shows are pretty much, all the conventions are coming back with no problem or whatnot. So so I guess we can all just get back into the routine of it, right? Okay, so yeah, so like I said, here's another week of this. So yeah, so in terms of housekeeping, I just want everybody to remember that we do have a coupon code, RAGIN10, to get 10% off your next Gemini mailer order. And just so you know, you don't need to just buy Gemini mailers to take advantage of the coupon code. I actually used it to buy a metric ton of bags and boards, comic book bags and boards, which we're obviously we are never going to grow tired of having because we're constantly using them. So yeah, so don't forget, RAGIN10, use it on your next Gemini mailer order, whether it's for the mailers themselves or for bags and boards or for pretty much anything else on the website. Save yourself a little bit of money. It's like they keep saying recession's coming up, so every little bit helps. So it's like, I'm like, wait, what do you mean coming up? Eggs are freaking like $7 a carton. It's like, what do you mean that there might be a recession coming up? What the heck? So Yeah, and also check out some of the campaigns that I have listed in the show notes below. Of course, there is a sign up page for Ego Raven that's coming up, so you can sign up for that as well. Also, we have a whole bunch. I have a whole bunch of different campaigns. We have Doghouse, which from Hasm Productions, which I have 2 variant covers for. Which if you joined us on Saturday for House of Bob. One, thank you so much. And if you missed our adults only live stream, you can check that out on the replay as well. Just remember, you have to be signed in and be age verified in order to see it. Because I did show off the 2 covers that I did for in its full glory on the show on House of Bob, so you can check that out there, and I have them available on the campaign. And well, it's like so today I'm flying solo because today is Nita's birthday, and because of that, the Hasm is doing a special today only special on the variant covers from myself and C. Michael Lanning. So today there's a special offer on the variant covers that we did. So make sure you go to the link in the show notes and check that out. It's for today only in honor of Nita's birthday. So, and if she pops in, we'll all wish her a happy birthday. Or you can go to her Facebook page and do that too. So, because she's also raising money for comics for kids, I think it is. Where they send comic books to children's hospitals. So if you want to check out her website, just go to indiecomicsnetwork.com and click on, I think it's in the about section where it just has her Facebook page, and everything will be right there for you to check out. Also, there are some other campaigns as well. Sam Vera is getting ready to release the first volume of There's an Alien in My Toilet. So if you've been waiting for the graphic novel for that, that's also in pre-launch as well. There was a couple of other campaigns too. Some from Isaac. If you like some furry stuff, really furry stuff, Isaac Fox has some books coming out. Also, there was you know what? Go into the show notes. I know that the hybrids role-playing game is also in the show notes. There's one more that I don't remember. I'm sorry. But they're all in the show notes. If you want to check out some cool campaigns from even cooler books, everything's in the show notes below. So there we have it. I think that's pretty much tackles housekeeping right now. Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. We had Jake Twister on, and I swear to God, we even went over the 2 hours. We were having a great conversation, and we will have him back on the next episode on March 25th, I think it is, that whatever the last Saturday of March is, and we are going to continue that conversation, except this time we're going to be talking yeah, pretty much we did. Oh, yes. Sparkle Dog is in. Yes. So Sparkle Dog is returning to Kickstarter after, kind of like a little hiccup on its first attempt. Now we finally got Chad on the right track, and now Sparkle Dog is back on Kickstarter, and finally we're going to do it right this time. So that's everything is yes. Thank you for reminding me, Jake. Yeah, because our next episode to continue the conversation is going to be about the darker side of art and what happens when artwork makes you uncomfortable. So that's going to be the continuation, a part 2, as you will, for House of Bob with Jake Twister. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So let's see what else. I mean, a lot. So I've been busy. I've been busy. I forgot to turn off the autofocus, but we'll just deal with it. So like I said, the Peacekeepers books should be coming in sometime hopefully either this week or Monday at the latest. So so I'm just getting everything done here. Right now, I am, as you can see on the desk, we have sketch covers. And if you were with me on the last show that we did, this is the finished cover that we started on the show the last time, where I took a pose from one of my new like pose books, and we turned it into a sketch cover. And I pretty much continued the theme with the covers as I continued, because I have 5 of them that I have to finish, and here is another one that I worked on as well. I have all of them pretty much inked, and I got 2 of them colored out of the 5. So if you ordered a Peacekeepers, if you ordered a sketch cover on the Peacekeepers campaign, I am diligently working on them. We're going to be working on some more. I'll show the other ones in a bit when we get to the table. Also, let's see. I've also been doing some comfort images. So these are the ones that I can show, but I showed some more on House of Bob, but obviously, but these, so these are also some other pieces that I finished as well this week. So, like I said, these are my kind of like comfort pieces, where it's like I like to do them, but I don't necessarily have a use for them just yet. I don't know if they will end up kind of like postcards, or just like extra prints or something, or art prints on the campaigns. I just I just have, I just do a pile of these and go through them in between projects. And it's that's what I do. It's like I need, usually I'm working. It's like, oh, I need a serotonin hit. Let me work on these pieces. And then, I finish them up, and then I'm good. I'm good to go, continuing work. So that's the thing. So how do I take a break from drawing? I draw some more. And this one was the one that I just finished this morning. Well, I finished the inking last night. And I put up the color version. I finished the color version this morning. This is one of the quick ones where it's just just a goofy little thing that I needed to do. Like I said, the color version is on my Facebook page if you want to check it out. I had done like just a really quick sketch in one of the books with the idea of like Loki having Eros on his shoulder, and Igor, he's carrying like a fucking suitcase, because she always has to be difficult. And in the end, it's like, and this is what the final piece looked like. So this was a piece that I especially used more poses from one of the pose books that I got from Masters of Anatomy. And I have to put the original sketch together. I don't have it convenient. So to really show you, like, actually, you know what? It's only inconvenient because it's a clip. But it's like, I might as well just show it to you, So I don't know. Okay, so this is like a really rough sketch that I did of what initially was the piece. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's like you see Loki, and you see he got Eros on his shoulder, and he has a very indignant Eagle Raven in his other arm, right? So this was the sketch that kind of, it's like, oh, it's like I'd really like to see that, but there's really not that much really going on. It was kind of bland. So I went through the pose book, and found these exact 3 poses that I was able to like play around with. I mean, they're not exact. The whole point is that you still use them. You're taking the pose that's as close as possible, and then you just fix it and manipulate it until you kind of get what you want. And then I actually sketched this out on the computer on the Cintiq, and then like a friggin' Luddite. I printed it out and then light boxed it by hand because I cannot do everything on the Cintiq. So, so as you can see, like the difference between not using reference and using reference is pretty dramatic. So that's why when anybody tells you, if anybody tells you that using reference is cheating, just say okay and use the reference. Continue using reference like a normal artist, like every artist does. So yeah, it was a fun. Yes, it definitely. Yeah, it definitely is. It's like I was just like just in the mood, and just the idea was just like so silly. It's just like, you know what, I need to do this piece. So like I said, I usually don't know what I do with these. Like I said, I just do them as kind of like just to break up the monotony of work. Not to say that what I'm working on is monotonous, but it's just that sometimes it's like, okay, I colored 2 pieces. Let me take a break and, you know, like get my mind on something else and then come back, you know, like more refreshed on the pieces, you know, on the pieces that I have to do. So, you know, it's just to keep, I don't know, kind of guess it's the way I keep burnout at bay lately. You know, I mean, it's like, especially when I have as much that I have to do, I'm slowly getting through my list. It's like I literally had to remind myself that I still have to flat Eagle Raven issue 6. I mean, the campaign is coming up, but I still have to color correct it so I could finally get a proof out. Hopefully when the campaign goes live, I'll have a proof either in hand or it will be in the process when the campaign goes live. So I'm hoping that the flatting, the color correcting will just take about a week or so. And then, you know, I'm done, officially done with it. It's like, reference is definitely key. You do notice there is a difference when you use reference as opposed to, you know, when you're just trying to think out of your, you know, out of just from your imagination. And Pinterest is really good at that too. I have a whole folder of it's like, you know, exactly. No. I have to do the proof because it's like, I've made it. I've always said I do not run a campaign until the book is completely done. And I'm sticking with that. Especially, you know, seeing some people who I like, it's like, I have some campaigns that I've so far been waiting like almost 3 years for books. And it's like, look, I want the books anyway. So it's like, okay, fine. You know, except maybe one of them. One of them is just like, I kind of like, you know what? It's like, I'm not going to argue over $25, but whatever. Jose will get the book when that comes in. But the other 2 books I want, but they are late, very, very late. And I remember one of the people who are late, I had an argument with about having books done before you run a campaign. And he kind of got it caught in his craw. It's like, well, not everybody could do that, Daphne. It's like, you better. And what happens, you know, almost 2 years later, I still don't have my book from him. So, but it's all good. You know, it's, you know, I know he's going to fulfill. I mean, it's like, so, you know, I'm not, you know, but the thing is, I'm a stickler for this. You know, it's like, don't run a campaign until you're finished with the book. You know, it's like, you should, I mean, because it's like, look, I don't know what to tell you aside from it'll just make it easier for everybody, including yourself, you know, if you have your books ready. So, well, speaking of books that I didn't have to wait long for, in fact, I was very impatient. Let me just hold on, let me just put this clip back on the sketchbook before I lose it. You know, speaking about a campaign that I was very, very excited for, I just got Visenia Lizzie's Pulstover book. So this is an art book where she took her little mascot called Pulsey, and she turned them into different, I guess here's an explanation of Pulsey, where she took Pulsey and pretty much cosplayed, you know, like had him cosplaying as all these different Marvel and DC characters. And it's a really, really nice sketchbook. It's like, I'm actually, it's like she uses a printer that I'm not familiar with. So of course, like I'm always on the lookout for new printers and whatnot. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely try out the printer that she used was Lulu.com. So I definitely have to try them out. That I have to admit, look, I love this little sticker, this little sticker that she put in the book, a little tiny book plate. I thought, this is really nice. I really do like the craft paper look of it, and I think it's a very clever use of that material. I would have never thought about it, and I go, I should have thought about that. That's really good. I really like the way it came out. So yeah, so she has like all this, and mind you, she was on her Twitch channel actually making a lot of these pieces for mostly the Marvel ones for Inktober to, I guess, like to round out the book. And not only that, it's like what happened was that I had pledged to the book during the stream, and I didn't know this, and everyone who pledged during the stream actually got their OCs, like had Pulsey dress up a cosplay as their OC. And as you can see, there's Ego Raven right there, the Pulsey Ego Raven. so I'm just really chuffed by that. It's like, it was just really funny to find that out. That she was doing this. So this is actually a very good book. I have to put a link. I just got it. So I have to put a link to it in the show notes. But if you want, look, here we go. Look at that. Okay, you can scan that in. There we go. Scan right here. So if you want a direct link to her website, just scan that that code, the QR code right there, and it'll most likely take you to her website, or at least someplace where you'll be able to get your copies. So I have my first 24 pages almost done. Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, yeah, especially if this is going to be your first crowdfunder, I would definitely recommend getting that proof in hand first before you do anything, because also it's actually really nice when you go on shows and you have the proof to actually show people on the campaign, like when you're on a show. So yeah, so that's really nice to do. Hold on, let me just, everything is falling here. Hold on. But here's the thing though, I'm not even done with Visenia yet. So yeah, she put in a lot of goodies in her in her order to me. I wasn't even expecting to get so much stuff. So this is a nice little thank you card that she sent. And then it's like, here's a little sticker sheet of her characters. Right. I wasn't, it's like, so that's really nice. Here are some hollow stickers that yeah, the Pulsetober hollow sticker, that is so cute. And so that I got those as well. And here's another Pulsey. That one's really nice. Now, also the thing is that I was really looking forward to in her campaign was her book, Celestial Pulse. So when I first went on her site and saw this book, I was like, I need this. I absolutely need this. So when we had her on one of our previous episodes of the vlog, and she wasn't sure like if she was going to do a trade paperback just yet. So in the end, I just ended up buying like all 9 issues of it. And I'm already up to what have I read so far? I'm already, what did I read? Okay, I definitely, let's see, when I spoke to her, I was up to issue 3. And oh yeah, so I just finished issue 5 before the show started. because I was really excited to get these. So I just have the rest of her books. And I just have to say, not only does the story push my buttons, it smashes. It's like, I am just like, it's like, what was it? It was somewhere in I think it was issue 3, where it's like, like her so it's about like kind of like a secret hidden princess, Fiji, who doesn't remember that she's a princess, but the people around her do, and especially an enemy, that wants to get revenge on her for a betrayal that she did before she lost her memory. So it's like this vampire comes out of nowhere essentially, and is like trying to kill her. But she has a protector. She has a protector, and it's like, it's just it's very fast paced. And already at the third issue, I was like fucking screaming, because it's like her protector, Aiden, who is this dude. he wanted to kiss her, and she wouldn't let him do it. And I'm like, why'd you do that? It's like, what's wrong with you? So Celestial Pulse, please pick it up. I really do think this book deserves more attention than it's getting. I really do. I mean, it's like the fact that she's on 9 issues already, and that this is the first time, like I've heard of this, is just like absolutely amazing. And this is what we like to celebrate. And like I said, smashes all my buttons. 2 hot guys fighting over the secret princess. Can't go wrong with that. Absolutely cannot go wrong with that. And I mean, come on. Absolutely pushes all my buttons, especially recently. So I also got like 2 double-sided bookmarks from her. Right. So this is this is her protector, Aiden, and this is the vampire that's trying to kill her. And these are the last things that I got, and then I'll stop obsessing on this. So this I thought was like a pretty funny. Yeah, she did. She really did. So I really like this sticker. And then it's like she has like stickers of Aiden and Vincent. And what's funny is that I realized that if you put them together like this, I mean, kind of like, if you put them together like this, it's like they're behind her, and it's like, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. They just work really well together. I mean, it's like you would think, oh, it's kind of like half head, it's funny. It's like, I think that, if you do it like this, if you reverse them like this, then it's like, she's in front and they're side-eyeing each other in the back. There we go. That's probably, also it looks like a filter. I'm wearing a filter, but so I thought that these stickers were really good. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff here. Oh, I forgot. And this one really surprised me. I even got a pin, from her. It's like I'm not sure if this was I don't remember this being a stretch goal, but it's like, look, it was so nice of her to give to also let me get a pin as well with this. I mean, this was really, like I said, I was excited for this, and I'm still excited for it. It's like, which only reminds me that I need to get back to reading more often, because it's like just reading these 5 issues, I felt so energized. I got like hyper, really. So it's like, it's like I kind of, so that, oh, look at that. And I forgot this part. I mean, this was crazy. And it all came with a Celestial Pulse reusable tote. I mean, is this like, is this like, it's like, I was about to say it's a lot, but it's like, you know what? It's like, so then everything I could store in the tote, and it was just like, it was just like, I'm so chuffed with this. It's like, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with this campaign. Definitely 5 stars, 6 stars, all the thumbs. So I was very happy with getting that. I mean, definitely every time that girl puts out a campaign, I will be there. You know, really. So also I did some shopping at the outlet, at the Midtown Comics outlet. I really do have to sit down and start going. Actually, my pile of manga that I've been collecting is just getting larger and larger. And you know, I really do. What I have to do is I have to sit down, I have to read it, and then like do a video for everybody to kind of like, okay, this is what I'm reading today. This is what made it into the office today. Yeah, I kind of have to go with that theme. It's like what made it into the office, because like I said, when I redid the office, a lot of stuff had to go out, and I haven't been able to bring in everything back. So I had to really think about what books that I want in the office, you know, to keep it on hand. And yeah, so I just have to like just really start reading it and then doing a video as to why the book is in the office, why the book deserves to be in the office. So we went to Midtown the other day, and they have a discount manga section. And I ended up getting actually one light novel. So this one is called Planet of the Orcs. Right. And this one, I had been eyeballing this like for like a couple of weeks. Like every time I would go there, it would just be there, and I would always like gravitate towards it. But I mean, look at that cover. I think it has more to do with the cover than anything. But I was always gravitating toward it. So this time I decided it's like, you know what? It's like it's half off. And I think there was like 20% off on top of that. So so I just picked it up. It's a light novel. So and there's no illustrations in it, unlike the Goblin Slayer light novel that I got. So I mean, you know, it's like I said, it's like I've been fascinated with these formats, this formatting for a bit. So I figured it's like, okay, you know, it's like, let me check this out, you know. So I picked this up. It's, you know, and the thing is that what's funny is that I was like reading just the beginning of it, and it just starts in the middle of the action. It just really gets to the point. And you know, and it says here, okay, orcs versus humans, guns versus magic. He was 15 when he first became a hero, blasted to another world by an unknown entity. I forgot the name of the genre. Isekai, I think it is. Where it's kind of like it's kind of, you know, like Escaflowne and 12 Kingdoms. I really got to finish. I have the DVDs, so that I really got to finish watching that. Where it's like the person is transported to another world. Yeah, there we go. Isekai, yes. Isekai, yes. And that's like, you know, that's my thing. So, you know, kind of like the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. I think that's one of the reasons why I gravitated to that cartoon. Like, there we go. right there. So yeah, so at the end of his harsh and hapless journey, the hero defeated the Demon King. Over the next 10 years, he was sent off to different worlds, and every time he saved them. Now on his 13th world, although it's the first volume, let's see. The enemy is the orc race, whose highly advanced civilization has forced humanity into a desperate struggle for survival. What's more, the orcs seem to have banded under a cunning leader. Has our hero finally met his match? So it's like, obviously it's something with a lot of history, but this is the first volume. So, you know, I'm just going to have to take it as it goes, right? I mean, it's like, look, if a concept is interesting enough, you could just drop me in the middle of it and I'll be good. So, you know, let's see. You know, so I was able to get that. This one is a first for me, but I figured, you know, screw it. I was in a mood. So, and I figured it's like, you know what? This was like something else. What happened was that there was a book that I kept flipping through, although this one was the one that I was looking for was also a light novel. And something was telling me to get it. But I just said, nah, it's like, I'm not going to get it or whatnot. And I left it there. And then it's like when I went looking for it again. Oh, hello, Lucky Neko. Hello. It's like it wasn't there anymore. And then not only that, I couldn't remember what the title of the book was or the image. So it's like I didn't know. The only thing that I did know was that it was a yoi novel. I'm feeling very Fujoshi. Thank you. So when I went back, it was just like, okay, let me try finding the novel again. And it's like, and of course it was long gone, it's like, or whatever. So I found another one that kind of caught my attention. So this, I guess we could say, is my first Yoi novel. For those of you who don't know what Yoi is, it's the category boy love. But the thing is, though, what boy love means in Japan, it's just gay erotica written by women for women. I think the male equivalent is bara. I think that's gay manga done by men for men. So this is Yoi. And I cannot open this on camera. Yeah, I cannot open this on camera. Well, okay. Here's I can open up this page. I can open up this page on camera. Okay. Oh yes, and there is there's Yuri, which is for like lesbian romances for women by women. But yeah, so this was another book that I picked up. Unfortunately, it turns out this book is out of print. This is a vampire, it's like a human, a human is raised by vampires initially to be food, and turns out otherwise. So unfortunately, though, it seems that this book is out of print, and I've tried to pick up volume 1, and I found a seller on Amazon that had it, and I was going to get it, but then they canceled my order. So probably it was one of those things where they thought they had it until they sold it, and then they realized they didn't have it. So, okay, so I'll start on volume 2, and we'll, if I find it, I'll find it. It's like, I'm buying all of this stuff secondhand anyway, so it's like, or discounted. So, we'll, so I'll eventually do a video on that too, just to, like I said, what made it into the office. So, probably that's what I should call it, right? Like kind of like comic book Battelle, like who makes it into the office, kind of like an office Thunderdome. Let's see. Right. So, yes. Oh, so everybody wish Nita a happy birthday. She's in the back watching the VIP room, but she's sleeping. But she's napping. She got shit to do. Today's her birthday. So, so just everyone wish Nita a happy birthday. So that's kind of, I guess that's what's been going on. Look at that. One more thing. Visenia also put this in her package. She put this 11 by 17 print, a Pulse-tober, a Teen Titans print also in the package. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff. Thank goodness she sent a bag, because then I can keep everything in one place, so that was, so that's, it's been a lot of fun. Like I said, it's like I was reading her stuff, and I got like all giddy, and it's like, I go, you know what? This is why I have to read. I have to read this pile, because it's like, I don't know, just having like other people entertain me for a change instead of me entertaining myself is actually pretty neat. So, So, all right. So that's what's been going on with my the crowdfunding and shopping and whatnot, and what I've been up to. So, like I said, we have some sketch covers to do. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a couple of bumps, and then I'm going to switch over to the camera, and then we'll just go straight to coloring, and then we can talk about today's topic, which honestly I almost forgot that there was a topic to the show. So we'll do that. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm still just trying to adjust my camera here. Okay, so let me just, all right, I knew I was forgetting something, which is adjusting my screen here. Hold on. You would think I would have taken that time during the bumps, but hey, that's how we roll here. Okay, good. So now I can see my screen. So, hello, welcome. Welcome from Twitch. Hello, right? If you're doing it, you're not aspiring. It's like let's give ourselves more credit. It's like if you're actually being an artist, if you're drawing, if you're doing what it takes, you're an artist. So yes, thank you, and I hope I can inspire you some more today. So. So this is one of the covers that, like I said, that I'm doing. I had 5. I sold 5 during the Peacekeepers campaign. So these are the 2 that I finished already. So these 2 are ready to go. They're going to be randomly inserted into whoever ordered a sketch cover. So these are the 3 that I have left to do. And I kept with the theme of choosing poses out of this book right here. So, like I said, this is from Masters of Anatomy. If you want to head on over to their website, I think this book they might still have physical copies because I bought this off of their Kickstarter when they ran it a couple of months ago. And it's just a really good collection of reference poses. Let's see. Me, no, I've just been at this too long. I'm not famous. just at this too long. Just remember, to quote Al Snow at MegaCon when I was like, I told him something similar to that, and he goes, "It's like I'm not famous, just more people know me." so that's kind of how it is. It's like, look, it's look, I like I said, I've just been doing I've been doing comics since 1992, and I'm still doing it. I run Kickstarters. And look, I'm just hustling like everybody else here, and I'm working just as hard as probably you are, Look, you're doing more than I am trying to make your own film, so it's like so don't worry about who's more famous or not. It's like, look, you're ahead of the game no matter what, just by trying. Look, it's like animating is something I would love to do, but I just hadn't made it a point to do it yet, so there you go. I mean, it's like any hobby is a good hobby, anything that gets the creative juices flowing. So like I said, this book from Masters of Anatomy, they still have it. I'm pretty sure they still have it on their website. So they also have some other books that I bought the PDF version, but it uses its own reader, so I'm not too crazy about that. So, but the thing is, though, when their campaign goes live again, I'm going to see if I can get the physical versions of those books too. So yeah, so these are the covers that I have. So I'm going to be working on this one. So, what I'm gonna have to do. I haven't decided yet, but like I have another board that has like a straight edge that goes along the bottom here, so it's very nice to lean stuff on it. This one doesn't have it, and I don't know. It's like I think I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot and probably like pick up like a strip of wood or something just to kind of like probably just like stick it on with like double-sided tape or something, not anything permanent, so that I can rest books on it so they're not all sliding down, because right now, as you can see, I have to tape it. So also another thing. Okay, so let me get the music started. Let's see. All right, so it's a little okay. So this music's a little on the quiet side, so I'm not going to mess with the volume just yet. Uh, you know, probably it's just you know. So yeah. So this is one of the comics that I did. So this is my artwork in the comic. So right now I am going to do the sketch cover for it that I was offering through my Kickstarter. So I am going, so here's my bag of tricks. Here's my baby bag full of markers. So because that's what this is. If for those of you who don't know, this is actually a stroller bag that fit all my markers and refills perfectly. So just keep everything nice and tidy. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do? Okay, let's start with her hair. So the topic, as you know, the topic that I wanted to talk about today, I've been hearing this word a lot, and I think it's gotten to a point where it's one of those words that people use, but they don't really know what it means, or it's kind of like it's just kind of like they're just saying it because I guess it's the new derogatory term du jour, I guess. And so people are just repeating it without, I don't know, it's like without really thinking about what exactly it means. And so the thing that so I just wanted to touch upon that today. So of course the word that I'm talking about is gatekeeping. And this is a word that gets bandied around a lot, like I said, as a derogatory term, usually by people who feel like they're being stopped, and they're being stopped from doing something. And and it's like, and I just wanted to like look it up because in and of itself, right, I think that the term, okay, it's like, the term, well, okay, I don't want to say that the term is exactly neutral, oh, that's a complete, that could be another conversation in and of itself. If I could find my cursor here, I've come to dislike the word talent. Yeah, because it's like I understand, because it's like talent is usually, it's very, depending on the context of well, depending on who's saying it, it's usually to dismiss. It's usually said as like, oh, it's like you didn't work for this. It's talent, so it's just innate. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure it's the hard work. I'm pretty sure it's the hard work that got me here. The talent helps. The talent helps, but it's not the end all. I mean, I'm sure you've also heard the phrase, hard work trumps talent, or something like that. It's like, you're like, no matter what, but but the thing is, so the word gatekeeping, or gatekeepers, or whatnot, has been bandied about for a bit. And I don't know, I just wanted to talk about it. So what I did was I looked it up, because I know this isn't a special word. I mean, this is a word that's existed for a bit, but you would think in comics it was like brand new, right? And the thing is, though, it's like, so I looked it up. What does gatekeeping mean, right? So gatekeeping. Okay, so what is a gatekeeper, right? It's like, and then they explain there are many industries where gatekeepers are necessary. Gatekeepers are people or policies acting as a go-between, controlling access from one point to another. They may refuse, control, or delay access to services. Now, mind you, this is specific. This definition is specifically in healthcare. And but the thing is that there was another definition, which is more okay. What does gatekeeper mean in marketing? Gatekeeper marketing is the act of effectively directing your message or objectives to gatekeepers who may grant or block access to key decision makers. It is a process where you structure your efforts to accommodate an extra step between you and your target prospect. Then I go, oh, okay, that sounds like so this is kind of like a strategy, where it's like, it's like, okay, that you have all these middlemen, middle whatever that you have to go through to get to certain people. And then it's like, and here we go. It's like, okay. And then it's like, what's the definition of a gatekeeper in business? Gatekeepers make sure executives get the most important information and updates about related business issues while, now the highlighted part disappeared, let's see, that pretty much, Okay. Oh, here we go. A gatekeeper is an employee who controls access either to someone in authority or to information. For instance, personal assistants, receptionists, and executive secretaries in the great gatekeeper role have the power to send a visitor straight to the manager or take the opposite tack and tell them that the manager isn't available. Likewise, others in a gatekeeper role, such as editors, producers, and journalists, can decide whether to spread a message to a wider audience. An example of an information professional who meets the gatekeeper definition is a magazine editor who reads pitches and chooses which articles to publish. Now, I mean, it's like, so, reading these definitions, it's like, well, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, business people have a limited amount of time, and they need that time protected. And it's like, and for obvious reasons, they can't just, talk to everybody that comes in, so yeah, it's like a receptionist. You go to a receptionist, yeah, she's the gatekeeper, it's like, it's like, are you the key master? No, then off you go, so so that kind of makes sense, like even to the point where there's actually a marketing strategy, like I said, like I read, where it's like it's a given that you're going to meet a gatekeeper. So how do you market towards that person so that they will give you access to whoever it is, to whoever it is you want to talk to. Let me see. Let's see. Another okay, so that's okay. And then it's like there was this other article, right? But it says here, how to identify gatekeepers, decision makers, influencers, and blockers. And pretty much it's an article about, I guess, the whole marketing to gatekeepers so that, like I said, you have access. It's like, look, a gatekeeper is any initial intermediary between a salesperson and a decision maker within an organization. They may field calls for executives, be the first point of contact at a company's physical office, or it's like, or fulfill any other responsibilities to screen who gets to connect with decision makers they work for. And like I said, it's like reading these articles, it's like, it's very matter-of-factly. Like, yeah, these are people you have to deal with. But in comics, it seems to have taken like a different tone. Like it's kind of like gatekeepers are something. It's like, oh, they're out to get you. It's personal. They're there to keep you away from something. You know, um, let's see. Well, yeah, it's true. They can be good or bad, depending. I mean, they could be keeping people that they know their executives should be talking to away from, sure. Let's see. And it's like, I think what people mean by gatekeeping in fandom or art are to describe in derogatory terms a tastemaker with a disputable authority. But you see, what's funny though, like, so there was this article. So I made it specific. So I did a search specific to gatekeeping in comics. And this article from Medium, and pretty much what they were talking about. Okay, so gatekeeping, the activity of controlling and usually limiting general access to something. And they were talking about, the example that they gave was whenever they said that they were into comics, like other fans would pretty much SAT the shit out of them. It's like they would do the pop quiz. Well, if you're a real fan, or this, that, and the other thing, and and it's like, as strange as that is, right? I mean, in the end, it's like it's like, because to me, it's like, yeah, is it annoying to have to like to have people go, it's like, oh, your devotion is faulty, your devotion is is not good enough. It's like, unless you can answer the Sphinx's riddle, it's like, I cannot take you seriously as a fan. And that's kind of like the stupidest shit, because it's like, it's like, dudes, we're talking about My Little Ponies. Really? It's like, if I can't answer your questions about Generation 1 ponies or something, or it's like, or it's like, what happened in issue 176 of Spider-Man, if you can't, kind of like that kind of like that inane Ready Player One shit, then I'm referring to the novel, where it's like, that slavish memorization of pop culture is rewarded as being real somehow, as opposed to just being someone's like, no, I just enjoy it. I mean, it's like, there's just something ridiculous about that, because in the end, if we're talking about gatekeepers, like, they're supposed to be keeping you away from something, right? And when it comes to fandom stuff, it's like, what exactly are they keeping you away from? If you can't pass, the Batman SATs or whatever the fuck, it's like, whatever stupid shit they're asking you to prove your loyalty. What happens? You don't get to hang out with an asshole? I mean, that sounds like a win-win to me. So when they talk about like gatekeeping in fandom, like, I have like, I don't have an understanding as to what it is. Like, what is it? Like, now, mind you, can fandom be very toxic? Absolutely. Where just way too many people are just acting away. And it's like, what? This forum is just like, I just can't, that happens, but again, it's like, are they really keeping you from enjoying something? I mean, honestly, it's not, they're just being assholes who don't, who don't know how to share a space, Um, let's see. The media to me isn't worth gatekeeping, but the moment someone starts bringing up some academic shit to either win an argument, wanting to hover over you, or for trust, you've lost me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like, bro, I just want to enjoy the thing, whatever the thing is, you know. Um, yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's just let's see. Yeah. Let me see. And Joe says, but that comes back to whom and why on they see a particular person as an authority. When you think about it, it's about ego and clout rather in a smaller, insignificant group. I think so too. Um, the gatekeeper in a fandom too could be a person whose identity is solely based on the consumption and venerating a piece of fiction with nothing else going on, and the pure and to purity spiral the hell out of it. Yeah, you know. So that's, so yeah, so a gatekeeper in that sense, it's like, okay, but what gate are you keeping? Because you know there are things that I enjoy that, I don't know, maybe I just outgrew fandom, maybe, like fanish spaces, you know um because it's like, I don't know, or either that, or I've just like, okay, so now I know. It's like, okay, do you like the thing? Yeah, let's talk about it for a little bit. But it's like, oh yeah, I had a lot of fun, with something, and um, you know, and then it's like, okay, let's talk about something else. I mean, yeah, you see, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to blend this red color. Okay, there we go. I think we got it. Yeah, so it's like I've just been like layering on all these colors, trying to like blend this red. It's frustrating the heck out of me. Okay, I think I finally got it. You know, it's like one of the things that I decided to do with sketch covers, so that I'm not completely fussing too much with them, is to keep my color palette very limited. Like I do have a larger Copic collection over there, but for sketch covers, I like to keep it to the colors that I have in my little bag right here. um because it's like, if I ever went to a convention, this would be the bag I would take. I wouldn't take the full set. The full set is if I'm doing like more elaborate pieces, you know um and I think that by limiting my color palette and my color choices, it helps me from fussing too much over, like, oh, this has to be the right colors together, because in the end, you can what I like about Copics is that how blendable the colors are. So, so it's like, I think I'm going to do this. So at least with the limited markers that I have, I can actually blend in colors that I do want, even though I don't have like the exact colors. So, but that red was driving me nuts though. Yeah, but at least I finally got it. Um so that was like one aspect. um you know right, yeah, I mean, that was also the strange thing too. Can a fandom truly have a gatekeeper, especially if that self-appointed sentinel is not a creator, significant or otherwise? Yeah, it's like, right, I mean, yeah. So and here's the thing too. Well, it's like I said, it's like in this type of space, what are you gatekeeping? You're just gatekeeping people having fun over a thing. It's like, really? It's like you got nothing else better to do, you know? But that's usually the problem, right? It's like that these people, they made the thing their personality, so they feel like they need to protect it somehow, and then it's like, if you end up with enough people like that, you end up with something really dark and twisted, like Steven Universe fandom or Voltron fandom, or like even My Little Pony got like, holy crap, it's like dudes, it's like, this shit was created to sell toys. Calm the fuck down, um for a show that's called Friendship is Magic, it sure had a lot of nasty ass people in the fandom. you know you know um but also, here's another strange thing too that I would hear, right? Is, the topic that I have, is gatekeeping keeping you from success in comics? Because I've had people say that. I've heard people say that if it wasn't for gatekeeping, I mean, I literally had, I forgot what convention I was at. And this dude behind the table, was literally screaming about how, and mind you, I mean, he was being a dick. And it's like, because Frank Miller and Bernie Wrightson were signing a couple of tables away from us. It was a smaller, I don't remember if it was like Boston Comic Con. I think it might have been Boston Comic Con. And Frank Miller and Bernie Wrightson was signing. And that's where Jose had bought his Bernie Wrightson piece to get signed, because he saw Bernie Wrightson. This was like at the very end of whatever it is he was going through. And Jose says, holy shit, if I don't get a piece now, I'm never going to. And and it's like, he got a Frankenstein print signed by Bernie Wrightson, and 6 months later he passed. So, and this, one of the guys in the small press with us was lamenting loud enough that because Marvel and DC kept insisting on hiring has-beens like Frank Miller and Bernie Wrightson, that was the reason why he couldn't break into comics, why he couldn't break into the mainstream. And it was one of those things, and he was saying it with all seriousness. Like, there was a lot of resentment in this guy's voice. That it's like, because I guess pretty much his whole thing is like, oh, by continuing to hire these old guys, i.e. gatekeeping, right, that he couldn't get his shot. And it's like, and I'm like staring at him like he's retarded. Because in the end, the question is, are you sure they're not hiring you because you're an asshole? Have you tried not being an asshole? Maybe you'll have better luck. It's like, and here's the thing. I mean, it's like, nobody was stopping this guy from doing comics. He was selling his comic at the convention. I mean, it's like, bro, you're in comics already. It's like, but yeah, it was just like, have you tried not being an asshole? And the thing is, though, it's like, it's not the first time that I've heard that. And it's like, again, it's like, and even then, and even if you were, okay, let's run with this logic, it's like, what he's saying is that a private company has no right to hire the people that they want to hire, and that for some reason they were actively, personally keeping him from whatever it is that he felt entitled to from their company. Because, they would rather hire Frank Miller and Bernie Wrightson to do stuff than this screaming nitwit in an artist alley. Gee, I wonder why. You know? And you know, and it's like, yeah, it's like let's see. Yeah, it's like, how about they're dressed up like Alfred? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what Alfred is. You know, I mean, he's literally, you know, I think Ewan Dorkin managed to create the perfect portrayal of gatekeepers to the Eltingville Club. I mean, it's like, yeah, I guess I guess what, like, I guess like his version of the comic store guy from The Simpsons. Or maybe he's not doing the same level of work, you know. Thank you. Let's see. I think a lot of people have adopted the use of the term gatekeeping as a cope for not getting a job at a given place, or if their product that, yeah, I think so too. That, because that's the only thing that I'm seeing. Yeah, they tend to hire the best profiled artists. I would agree. I would think so, right? I think that they have every right to do that, you know, being a private company, right? You know, it's like, you know, it's kind of complaining that it's like, oh, you lock your doors at night. You know, it's like you're gatekeeping. It's like, yeah, yes, I am actually. Yes. You know, yeah, not everybody gets to come inside my house, you know, and, you know, private companies are like that, you know. Right. And you see, and that's what it is. That's what I'm, you know, that's what I keep seeing, that it's like they lob around the word gatekeep because it's like, yeah, okay, so now here's the thing. Okay, so here's where it starts getting, you know, oh, is a gatekeeper a slur? They try to use it because it's like, you know, let me, you know, I guess let me bring it home a little bit. You know, so, you know, if you don't know by now, you know, me and Nita have a vlog. We run a vlog together. We have the vlog show together that we do every Monday and Friday, right? And, you know, and on Mondays, we usually do interviews. You know, on a rare occasion, we'll have a Friday interview, depending on how I feel, you know. But the thing is, though, it's like a lot of these interviews happen because of how I feel, you know. You know, so, you know, so it's like, you know, pretty much we do this show because, you know, we do the vlogs because, you know, it's just us fucking around on YouTube and whatnot. And we interview people, you know. It's like, if I find their stuff interesting, we'll interview them or whatnot. I'll interview them. You know, Nita's the scheduler, you know. But you know, but pretty much it's like, you know, we do things because we feel like doing them, you know. I mean, it's not a job. Nobody gets paid, you know, to do shit on YouTube. So, you know, that's you know, that's what it is. So, and also the thing is, though, it's like, because we do the show like 8 times a month, right? But only 4 of them. There's technically only 4 slots for interviews, right? So they fill up quick, and that's it, you know? And it seems that we have some people who feel a way about it. You know, who, I guess there's some people who kind of got all in their feels about it. And was lobbing that word at us. That it's like, oh, well, you know, I why bother? I heard that you're gatekeepers, that you only work with people that you work with, that you only have people on your show that you work with. So I don't see the point in contacting you. You know, and, you know, the thing is, though, it's like, well, you know, and it's like, bro, that sounds like kind of you projecting not the reality of it. I mean, it's like, because it's like, look, if you contact us, we'll talk to you. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep. DM me, DM Nita. It's like, you want to talk, and fine. It's like, you want to say, it's like, hey, I got this book. Would you, it's like, look, the worst that happens is that we're booked. Which happens, look, it's like we're booked through May now. But the thing is, it's like the worst thing that happens is that we're booked. We don't have you, or we don't have a place on the schedule. So what's the big deal? Right? But instead it's like they'd rather just write us off. It's like, oh, you're gatekeeping. And it's like, you know what? The fact that you consider us working a schedule, trying to fit everybody into a schedule, gatekeeping, is like, look, that's your problem, not mine. And but the thing is, though, on a certain level, it's like, but on the other hand, it's like, well, according to an actual business definition of gatekeepers, it's like, yeah, on a certain level, it's like, yeah, we are, because we only have fucking 4 slots to fill. It's not a first come, first serve. It's like, yeah, it's like we like to vet the people who come to us. And it's like we want to vet them. We want to make sure that it's like they fulfill their campaigns, that they're not an asshole, because in the end, that's our only real hard fast rule on the channel, is don't be an asshole. Are you an asshole? Yes, then there are other channels for that. Oh, hello, Mr. Rainbow. Hello. Let's see. People don't like being weeded out. I just keep working to get better and work with those who are moving in the same path as I am. It has nothing to do with gatekeeping if I'm avoiding drama. I agree. Absolutely, I agree. It's like, it's like we want to have people on the show who are on the same path as we are. And honestly, it's like, I think it's kind of shitty that they're accusing us of something that it's just really us, like having standards, having a boundary, having boundaries, having standards, wanting people that that take this as seriously as we do, as all of us do, people that we can learn from as a collective, that and it's like, yeah, and having self-respect, really. It's like, these are things that we have to consider, every time. It's like, look, I have contacted people to be, to be on our vlogs, and they have yet to get back to me, right? Am I entitled to their attention? Are they technically gatekeeping me? It's like, I can't hang. Maybe I can't. Maybe the channel is way too small. It's like when you contact somebody with 500,000 subscribers, it's like, maybe he's not going to get back to me. We barely have 500 subscribers, right? So, maybe we're just a waste of his time. I don't know. That's, but it's like, it's like, okay, all right, so let's go find somebody else, I mean, there's a couple of individuals that both me and Nita contacted that we had to do through agents, or representatives. We couldn't get in contact with them directly. Yeah, they're gatekeeping. But it's like, yeah, time is valuable. And I am not entitled to their time just because I want them on my show, on our show. So it's like, the thought of like sitting, like the thought of like going around and whining about that. It's like, that's kind of, look, it's like, businesses outside of comics understand that gatekeeping is a thing. That's of course that happens. That's why they have an entire strategy about how to market to the gatekeepers specifically, how to market to the receptionist, how to market to the personal assistant. You have to convince them that you're worth opening the gate for. You know, let's see. It's like on the opposite end, though, hearing that a medium gatekeeps people and get really angry over it, like anime, gaming, and manga, I can't help but say, get fucking filtered when acting in time. You see, and that's the thing too, because it's like like I said, this is just a channel. It's like your mom has a channel. Everybody who has a Google, who has a Google account has a fucking YouTube channel. And so it's like, so okay, so what do you think we're gatekeeping you from? Our 500 subscribers? I mean, independent comics is such a small community that if you went and built your own, went and posted videos to your own channel, you could build that audience, that same audience. That's what I don't understand. So it's like, what is it that we have that you feel that entitled to, that you're going to get all in your feels about it if for some reason you can't make it on the show? And that's the thing. What is it that we have? What is it that we have that you feel entitled to? I mean, it's like, and the whole thing's like, oh, we have to be working. It's like, do we have our friends on the show? Yeah, sure. But it's like, we have people that it's like, we just find their, yeah, for real. The ultimate gatekeeper is the YouTube algorithm. That's a gatekeeper. Because it's like, yeah, it's like, that was the thing that I was afraid was going to happen to Kickstarter when Keanu Reeves, when everyone was like, oh, Keanu Reeves is on Kickstarter selling a comic, and everybody was like, oh, this is going to be great for comics. And I was terrified, because what happened was that I was remembering what YouTube did when the fucking Kardashians decided that they were going to do YouTube videos, when NBC decided that they were going to convert their content to YouTube. What happened? They changed their algorithm to benefit people who the least needed that help. And then what happened is that it became more and more difficult for smaller channels. That was kind of like the death of the golden age of YouTube, where you could be a small channel and then all of a sudden, you just like grind it, and the AdSense money just starts rolling in. And then it's like all these people, and then all of a sudden it's like you're millionaires, so, and when celebrities and actual networks decided they wanted in on the game, YouTube changed their algorithm to benefit them at the expense of everybody else. And that's what came to mind when Keanu Reeves was on Kickstarter. It's like, holy shit, Kickstarter is going to change the algorithm, and we are fucked. Luckily, that didn't happen. Luckily, it's like, yeah, that didn't happen. Being just 5% of Kickstarter's annual income, I guess, really fell in our favor, because I guess that they felt that it wasn't that big of a deal. Having Keanu Reeves on having Keanu Reeves on Kickstarter, But yeah, the algorithm, if there's ever a gatekeeper, it's the algorithm. Because boy, are we forever trying to figure that bitch out, to break through, you know? Are we forever trying to do that? You know? Yeah, that seemed, yeah, that kind of seemed that kind of tracks. That kind of feels like that's um, you know, um, you know, right, exactly. What part of my show that they don't understand? It's not gatekeeping when you don't meet or are not available when a person wants you on a show. It's true. You know? And like I said, what is it that we have that they feel entitled access to? You know? And oh, here we go. YouTuber Alpa Efe made a video about the art community on YouTube's algorithm problem. Yeah, yeah. You know? Yeah, no, the algorithms. Yeah, exactly. I like that. I like that. you know? And it's let me do this. Here. Okay. So I just found the accusation very strange. Now, of course, like I said, sometimes on the show, I get, I tend to be a little bit of an asshole myself, and I go, oh, I gatekeep? Yeah, I gatekeep. This is, it's like, look, it's like, if you consider curating our content to the benefit of our audience as gatekeeping, like I said, that's a you problem. Because I really do think that that's what we do. We curate. It's like we're curators of of what we have on our channel, of what we want our show to present. I mean, it's like, look, I've made the joke. This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship, and I do mean that. But that's only in the service of curating an experience that you guys watching can appreciate, can learn from, can be educational, have fun with, um it's like I don't think we're doing anything different than your the TV, it's that a network and an actual television network does. They're curating their content according to the audience, in the hopes that would return revenue in their favor, to be, to say it, I guess, like in a business sense, right? So yeah, so like I said, so there have been some people lobbing that word at us, and I'm like going, bro, you don't know what that word means. And here's the thing. And here's the thing, it's if you feel like you're not succeeding, whatever the word success is. And you see, and that's the thing. And Jake was right. We have a previous episode where we discuss, what does success mean? It's one of my previous live streams, not the vlog. It's like it's like what does success mean? And why do you feel like I'm in the way somehow? You know what I mean? It's like, because like I said, it's like, what control over your life do we have? I mean, it's like producing a comic, it's like, couldn't be easier nowadays. It's like you can go on DeviantArt and you can find like artists. It's like, if you're not doing it yourself, you can find artists, ready and willing to do your comic. And it's like, you know, you can write it yourself. You can even hire a writer, hire an editor. I mean, it's so easy to find people now, you know. You can, you know, go to a POD. You can PODs everywhere. Go to Comics Wellspring. They'll print up one copy. You know, it's not like back in the day where it's like, talk about gatekeeping. Back in the day, if you didn't have the money to print, you couldn't get printed. You know, it's like you needed like you needed to print 3,000 copies because offset was the only option you had. So you better have had the money. The money's a gatekeeper. Money's a gatekeeper. That shit will keep you away from a lot of things. You know? I mean, now it's like you can print your comic for $50, if even, you know, $50 or whatever. And it's like, give me a couple of copies. You know, I mean, there is absolutely, you know, Kickstarter is fucking free. IndieGoGo's free, right? You can go on these platforms and sell your book. You can sign up for MailChimp for free. Oh, up to 500 subscribers, for free, and you can build your own mailing list. Social media is free. Facebook is free. You know, it's like, now what it does to your sanity is a whole other issue, but Facebook is free. Twitter is free. You can go on these platforms and talk to your heart's content. Show off your book to your heart's content. Right. Amazon, right? Print on demand service. You can sell your shit on Amazon. You know? Yeah. YouTube, Newsground, DeviantArt. Right? Exactly. The tools are there. But don't ask like a tool. Exactly. You know? And yeah, and there you go. Tutorials are everywhere. You know? And what's funny is that you can find tutorials on how to sail the high seas. You could find tutorials for that too. You know? You know, so it's like you can build your audience. You don't need my channel. You know, what are you gaining access to? I mean, what's funny is that, you know, the Indie Comics has like 560 subscribers. I have almost 970. I have never had anybody come to me saying if I don't let them on my stream that I'm gatekeeping them from my 1,000 subscribers, my almost 1,000 subscribers. Oh, are we? We're just under 600 subscribers. You know, we're just under. Congratulations. Congratulations to us. You know. Oh, this is coming out nice. I like the way this is coming out. I had to stop myself for a second. It's like, oh, let me savor this for a bit. You know, I mean, really, it's like it couldn't be easier. For $5, you can get a Facebook ad. So, where's the gate? That's what I want to know. If you're going to call me a gatekeeper, at least show me where the gate is, because I don't know what you're talking about. You know? What am I stopping you from doing? That's what I want to know. Like I said, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, you can talk to me, but it's like, I still have to ask Nita if there's room on the schedule, if I like you. You know, I still have to do that. Is Nita gatekeeping me? Nita, are you gatekeeping me? Oh my goodness, you're the keeper of the schedule. You know? Am I being gatekept, Nita? Oh, absolutely. There we go. Of course. Like I said, we only do this 4 times a month. Well, I do, you know, it's like, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's, you know, I still have to ask her if there's a schedule, You know, I mean, granted, it's like, you know, yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like, really, where's the gate? It's like, I just see a swamp here. It's like, you know what it feels like? You know those goofy videos of the dog that's like trying to get through a gate, and like it's like they're like there's another dog on the other side, and then it's like the dog is like they look like they're going to attack each other, and then it's like when they pan out, it turns out that the gate's only like this big, and there's actually room that the dogs, if they wanted, they could just walk around the gate. You know, I mean, it's just like it was just a gate fragment, you know, or it's like there's another one where it's like they're trying to get in through a door and the door is locked, but then when you pan out, it's just the door frame and you could just walk around it. You know, I mean, you know, um, let me see. The feeling that people think they shouldn't be gatekept goes back to some specific social issues that started becoming prevalent in the last 10 to 15 years, but had reached a fever pitch in the past 5 years. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And honestly, to this day, I don't understand. Like, even then, where was the gate? I don't understand. You know, if you don't like a company's content, then don't buy it. You know, I'm sorry, but it's like your childhood IPs are owned by a corporation that don't give a shit about your childhood. You know, they're not interested in keeping your childhood intact. And as I like to remind everybody, your childhood is fine. Your childhood is still there. Okay, nobody killed your childhood. You just have this intense nostalgia for a time where you were at your happiest. You know, and nobody can fix that. I'm sorry. You know, which is, yes, hentai always. That's why we do House of Bob. That's why we do House of Bob. Yes. You know, I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, that's in theory, right? That's the hypothesis that if there's competition, right? So it's like, right, and that's what it seems. Yeah, that's exactly the video that I'm talking about. All of a sudden, the dogs don't know each other when they realize that the gate's just open. You know, so. You know, oh, also having a limited palette for doing these also helps me not think so much about what colors I'm going to use. So it's like if you ever wanted to kind of like try to speed your like doing traditional artwork like this, you know, and you wanted to practice kind of like speeding yourself up, limit your palette, limit your color palette, because yeah, it's like it saves you a lot of time. You know, look, because like I said, it's like these are pretty much the colors that I use here, and it just gives me a very straightforward idea as to, you know, what I'm using, and you know, yeah, and it just clears my head a lot more, you know, a lot easier when I'm coloring, because like, yeah, it's like then it's like, okay, this is my palette, that's it, what can I use, what would be the closest. No, I forgot to do that glove there, so let me just finish the tail and I'll go back to that glove. You know, I mean, you know, that's I mean, yeah. So my point is that, okay, so a big company is producing stuff you don't like, then you don't buy it. I mean, I don't understand why that became like a controversial statement. Don't buy it. You know? Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Again, yes, I like that. You know. Algorithms cracks me up, though. I do have to admit. Oh, you algorithms. Let's see. What was I using here? So that's just I don't know. It's like, you know, and here's the thing too. I mean, it's like if you're look, if you have something you want to promote, right? You have all these shows that you have to choose from, right? I mean, it's like you're not going to go on every show, any more than every show is going to accept you, right? So I kind of, so it's like this whole like, having to make decisions as to whether your time is being wasted or not. I mean, that's something that we all have to make with a lot of things. No, Tipper Gore rhythms just gets you that just gets you a congressional hearing, and then we have to get Dee Schneider to show up. Um, please remember, please light a candle for our forefathers, to Live Crew. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I really do think that people, I mean, one, I think it's like, there's a difference. I mean, I think curating spaces is important. Curating spaces is important. Like I said, it's like we curate what we do for the benefit of everybody watching us. We want everybody to have a good time and to learn and to have fun, and it's like, okay, maybe sometimes I can be a little dickish on the show when I start saying, it's like, yes, we're gatekeeping, we're dictators, and and this kind of, it's like, but it's, in the end, it's like, I would like to think that everybody watching kind of understands the context of what I'm saying, because look, if it's one thing that I do, that I feel that I do, is I respect my audience. You guys, I mean, it's like, no, you when I call you the sexy chat, it's yeah, you're the sexy chat. You guys know what's going on. You guys are hip. You're onto it. You guys, you understand what I'm saying. It's like, and I don't, and it's like, I mean, right now, it's like, I just feel we're just having a conversation about this. It's like, I don't feel like I'm explaining anything. I just feel we're talking about it. Right. Because it's like, I don't know. It's like, like I said, it's like, I just found, and here's the thing too. If you're going to like go around and want to, feeling like you need to spread rumors because, like I said, you're feeling away, maybe like, sit down and really think about why you're doing that. Kind of like be a little introspective as why you feel you need to say something, to say things like that. It's true, Mr. Rainbow. And yeah, and it's like, and I think that's to the benefit of everybody too. I mean, it's like there are plenty of channels out there that all they want to do is aggravate their viewers and piss them off and say things that'll start a fight in the chat because, engagement, You know, I mean, if that's your bag, then there's shows for that, you know. But you know, yeah, it's like, you know, it's like, really be so busy with creating that you don't have time for nonsense. You know, it's like, and here's the thing too. It's like, you want to do comics, it's wide open. The door is wide open for you. You know, like, it's like, look, we all said it, even the chat, you know, it's like, you know, there's everything is available to us. It's like it's bottom floor. This wasn't like when we were printing in 92, where you literally, it's like, if you didn't have the money to do any of this shit, you couldn't do it. You know? You know, it's, you know, so it's like, so it's like when people say, oh, it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, you're stopping me somehow. It's like, how? What am I doing to stop you? You know, Diamond is a gatekeeper. Holy shit, is Diamond a gatekeeper? You know, Diamond is the ultimate gatekeeper. You know, it's like, look, and this is coming from somebody, speaking about gatekeeping, this is coming from somebody who's banned from the Diamond catalog. I cannot have, this book is banned from the Diamond catalog. Although Jose says that it's like, well, maybe if we bought like $2,000 worth of advertising, they'll let us in, you know? But okay, here's the thing. Am I salty about it? All right, maybe on a certain level. I'm not as salty as I used to be, you know? But it's like, but in the end, it is what it is, right? Diamond wants product that they know will sell, is guaranteed to sell, to retailers who don't give a shit. You know? I mean, that's the thing, you know? So, in the end, it's like, okay, so in the end, that's it, right? I can't be in the Diamond catalog, you know? But I sell more books on Kickstarter than I ever, than now. It's like, so why would I want to share that? Why would I want to split that? Now, mind you, don't get me wrong. If I had the opportunity to be in the Diamond catalog, yeah, they claim that they say that we don't sell, so that Tall Tales doesn't sell, so they don't want it in the catalog. So I can't even like I would have to do, I don't know. And yeah, that's for sure. Oh, hey, Dominic, Diamond. Yeah, that absolutely, Oh, hey, Visenia. Oh, you should have. Oh, man. You should watch the beginning of the show. Your book, man. Your book is killing me. Celestial Pulse is killing me. I mean, it's like that third issue when Aiden was trying to kiss Fiji, and she put the pill. I almost threw that issue across the. It's like, no, stupid. Why you do that? It's like, what? No. You're supposed to let him. Oh, your book is killing, but in a good way, in a very good way, I might add. I really do enjoy Celestial Pulse. I really do. I am enjoying the shit out of the book. So so yeah, it was just, yeah. So yeah. Oh, like I said, it's like I'm having a really, really good time with your book, and thank you so much for all of the extras. I was showing off everything, the bag, the pins, the stickers. It was, yeah. Thank you so much. Like I said, the next time you have a campaign, I am there. So, you know, you know, you know. I mean, yeah. Well, that's with Diamond. That's also another issue too. You know, and also it's like they really make you jump through hoops. I mean, for a company that lost their big guys, you know, that lost their exclusivity, you know, you know, they really make you jump through hoops, right? Yeah, yeah. No, it's no. Like I said, thank you so much. And like I said, I showed the QR code at the beginning. So actually, I'll do it again. So like I said, so if you want to check out Visenia's book Pulsetober, and Celestial Pulse, just I guess like oh, here it is. Yeah, just scan that QR code right there. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Just scan that QR code, and yeah, it'll take you to her website. You know, yes, both. Why not both? Why not both? So, you know, I mean, so yeah, it's like yeah. I mean, yeah. So I really don't understand the arguments. You know, I mean, honestly, it's like if you're going to pull that gatekeeping, you better be ready to define the word. You know, that's pretty much what I can say. If you're gonna say that I'm gatekeeping or somebody's gatekeeping or you know, especially now here's the thing. I mean, I think we can all agree that Diamond's a gatekeeper. We know that, you know, we know that Marvel, it's like, you know, Marvel and DC, they're particular as to who they want to work on their books. You know, whether you like it or not is irrelevant. You know, I mean, it's kind of like not the point, you know? Um, and you know, and you know, and the thing is, like I said, there's so many um platforms and free services and everything, print on demand, you know, lulu.com. You know, it's like you can get your books printed at a very reasonable price. So, you know, and then you can go on Kickstarter, you can sell your book, you can build your audience, you can build your own channel. You know, it's like, well, it's always good to build your own audience. That's for sure. I mean, I think that's something that everybody should be doing on a certain level anyway, because you need an audience that you yourself control directly. I think it's just an important thing to do as an individual creator. So, you know, so it's like, so even if you don't have access to somebody, have access to your own audience. You know, I mean, it's you know, I mean, it's like you should be doing that anyway. You know, so it's like, so that way you can't blame anybody for gatekeeping because your audience is with you. You know, you have direct access to your own audience. Um, you know, I mean, it's like, look, and I'm not going to say it's not a grind. I get it. You know, yeah, it's hard work. You know, but it's like, it's up to you as to whether it's worth it. You know, it's like, look, like I said, I've been doing this shit since 92. It's like, I kind of proven after all these years that, yeah, it's worth it. The work is worth it. You know, not saying it's not a grind. Just remember that it is a hell of a grind, and you're going to be grinding forever, no matter what happens. You're going to be grinding forever. You know, but it's worth it. If this is something you really want to do, it's worth it. You know? So, you know, So yeah, so I just find okay, so I think that oh, hello. Yes, trust me, it's been a long time for me too. Yes. If you want well, I'll well, yes, you know, it's been a while. Like I said, I'll let you guys do the math. Um so okay, so here we are. Wow, we almost actually finished the cover today. You know, we actually yeah, so let me just put her little nose in. You know, let me just put that in right there. There we go. Oh, let me blend that in. Hold on. Ah, yes, much better. Much better. So, so here we are at the pretty much we're hitting just past the second hour, and so this is an almost finished piece. Now it's like I just have to touch it up a bit. As you can see from the previous covers, I still have to put in the background the background color and put the little accents that I use a Posca pen for. I usually use like you know, one of these. I have a ultra fine one that I use just as, you know, just as well. But yeah, so that's so there we go. So at least we're almost one more book down for the Peacekeepers campaign rewards. So actually, let me just will that stay like that? I don't know if that'll stay like that. Well, we'll see. Like I said, I have to probably get something you know, like just to put it here, just underneath it, so that I don't have to worry about stuff sliding. So so yeah, so let me just let me see. So there we go. So I think you know, and I think what I'm going to do, like I said, there was a particular article that I found that talks about how to specifically market to gatekeepers. I mean, I'll put a link to it after the show. You know, for anybody who feels the need for specific information like that. But like I said, I mean, the way, if you look at business websites and actually, you know, like outside of comics, this is just a very common thing. This is a given that if you want to contact somebody, you're going to have to go through tons and tons of middle people in the middle, you know, to get to the person that you want, if you even get to them at all. So this is a given. So I don't understand why people in comics think that this is an unusual thing. You know, it's like if I wanted to get Arthur Adams to do a piece for me, I have to go through his agent. I have to go through his wife. I think with like Adam Hughes, his wife runs everything. It's like I like to call them the attack wives. It's because especially at conventions, you see them really, really working that. So it's like, yeah, it's like you have to go through people. Sometimes you just can't, you know, we have to go through agents. We have to go through personal assistants. So it's like, yeah, that's a thing. You know, I mean, it's like if the fact, I think what makes it weird is the fact that people take it so personally, that there are people who are like, they're butthurt at the idea that it's like, oh, I can't have direct access to you. And like I said, it's like, one, why do you feel entitled to that? You know, and two, I'm busy. I mean, like I said, you can send me a DM if you want, and you know, it's like, and I'll try to, you know, it's like I said, most of the time I'll answer you. You know, but in the end, if you want on the show, I have to take it to Nita to do the scheduling, because it's like I'm not doing the scheduling; she's the one with the calendar. You know, and but if there's people, like I said, if it's like, we'll try to find a solution if there is. You say, and look, and also it doesn't help either that a lot of people come to us at the very, very last minute, and they expect us to put them on a show the next day. And it's like, that's not how it works. You know, it's like, look, if your campaign is about to end in 48 hours and we don't have an opening until like 3 months from now, that's not on us, dude. You know, it's like, schedule yourself with enough time so that you can get scheduled. You know, it's like, it's kind of like a two-way street here. So, you know, take your stuff seriously enough that you can plan it so that we can take you seriously enough to plan around you, to plan with you and around you, whatever you need, I mean, really, it's like, I don't think it's that complicated. Really, I mean, I really, it really surprises. Visenia says she had to bribe Nita. There you go. Oh, hello, Jason. Hello. Yeah, you see, yeah, everyone has one. Oh, congratulations. Yeah. Like I said, it's like, I really do think your work needs to spread out. It's like we need to help get your work out more, really, so yeah, so let me see. What am I doing? Oh yeah, so here we go. Yeah, so there we go. Okay, so there we go. So hopefully everything stays on the table. So yeah, so there we go. So here we are at the top of the second hour. Actually, we're a little bit more past the second hour, but that went by pretty fast, I would say. I mean, it's like, look at that, we almost got a sketch cover done, or at least got enough of it done so it actually looks like something this time. Anytime, Vess, anytime. So at least, we got something finished, and I think we had a pretty good conversation. I mean, it's like, it's like, like I said, it's like, it's just kind of like I said, it's like, what, maybe we should do. So we're going to take the word gatekeeper and we're going to put it on the top shelf along with woke and problematic and all those other fun words that nobody else knows how to use correctly. And we're just going to put it up there and keep it away from the people who, until everybody learns how to use the definition, how to actually define it. Look, if it makes you feel any better, I have yet to be confident about it. I'm still not confident about it. I mean, it's like, nothing gives me more anxiety than doing art and comics that I'm going to publicly show. And I mean, we could have like a whole conversation about that too. Maybe on a future episode, we'll talk about like how to kind of like try to overcome that whole like imposter syndrome / I'm not good enough / that whole, like I said, that whole creative anxiety that we get. Like I said, I still get it. I still feel like that sometimes. Like, it's like, holy shit. It's like, there are people out there that are so much better than me. But you know what? There's always going to be people so much better. It's like, that's not stopping. So why should in the end, it's like, why should they have the fun? It's like, so might as well do it. It's like, you know what it is? The more you do it, the more you're going to improve anyway. So might as well do it. Because it's like, yeah, it's like, look, if you saw the first issue of Tall Tales, the first issue of Ego Raven compared to the 20th issue of Tall Tales and the 6th, 7th, 8th issue of Ego Raven, I mean, that transition, it was going to happen anyway. So might as well do it. Screw it, in the end, who's stopping you? I mean, it's like, we just have to realize that sometimes we're our own worst enemies, that in the end, who's stopping you is you, and not a gatekeeper, not Marvel, not DC, in the end, not Diamond, not the algorithm, it's like, in the end, yes, definitely trust the process. Yeah, trust it, yeah, crack confidence with simple trick. Just do it. Just do it. I mean, in the end, your biggest gatekeeper is you. In the end, that's ain't that bringing everything together, right? we're bringing everything's coming, bringing it all around, at the end of the show. Oh my goodness. It's I should really get that. I should get that clip of the, now thing that they used to run on, I think it was NBC, that star. It's like, and now or whatever that was. Because it's like, yeah, in the end, it's like, yes, that's what we learned today. That's what we learned today. I would suggest watching the beginning of the show. Watch the replay. There's a lot of definitions, but pretty much it's just somebody who, in business terminology, it's somebody who just keeps you from having direct access to somebody who can make decisions. Kind of like a receptionist, a personal assistant, and whatnot. Things. Yes, the more you know. And it's just like in business, it's just something natural to deal with. There's always going to be somebody, because people's time is valuable. People's access is valuable. So there's always going to be somebody you have to go through. It's just that in comics, a lot of people have been using the word as in a way that it's not, not how it means. But I would recommend watching the replay of the show, because we get more in depth about it. But thank you though. Yes, it's like, so I hope that the simple answer is that, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's these marketing terms that they just, that comes up. And, I think I would have to check to see how, I mean, honestly, I don't, the word literally is, the keeper of the gate, like, you have a gate, but I think in terms of business, I think that word has gotten more traction in the last 10 years. So, right. Literally. Right. That's a literal gatekeeper, So yeah. So like I said, here we are at the, 15 minutes. I mean, it's like, look, there's some days that I could just go on, but in the end, I do have other things to do away from the table. So I'm going to have to, I still have to do that. So thank you everybody in the chat for joining me in the chat. Thank you so much for keeping this conversation really interesting and lively. That's why I say you're the sexy chat. That's why I tell people to come on over, because everything's there. And yes, and I see you, the 14 people who are joining us, who joined us for the 2 hours. Thank you so much for lasting this long and watching to the end of the stream. I hope that the conversation, you got something out of the conversation, or something, out of watching me work with the Copics and seeing how well they blend. I really am happy at how the cover game is coming out. So I'm really happy with that. So thank you so much for joining us today. And for those of you who would like to learn more about me and my artwork and everything else that I do in my upcoming campaigns, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my, what am I doing here? Oh, here it is. No? Where is it? Oh, okay. You can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook. If you are interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates, and live updates as well, I just posted some new artwork on Facebook. That's usually the only place to see. If you really want to see real up-to-date as I finish the artwork, it's all on Facebook. And don't forget that you can watch all my videos and my past live streams, including this one as a replay on both my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, and the Indie Comics Network that I simulcast through as well. So I will see everybody on Friday with Nita at 11 a.m. And yeah, and then it's like we'll just do this all over again, you know. So thank you so much. Also remember that you can read Ego Raven for free at egoworks.com with daily uploads on Monday and Friday, or you can download a free PDF of the first 16 pages of issue 1. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales, TAILS on online.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, you can, oh, hold on. I'll get that in a minute. Not only will you get you can read the first 20 issues for free, but you also get the latest Tears of the Mother story arc uploading every day, also from Monday to Friday. So you can read the latest story arc before the next campaign comes up. So thank you again, everybody, for joining me. I had a good time. I hope you did too. And yeah, and I'll see you all later. And let's see, who can we, you know what? Yeah. There we go. Bye.
You really want to know my process?
Absolutely.
Usually starts with a holla and ends with a creamsicle.
And then if there's time in between, Thundercats.